Hi, I'm Graham. This is Man v Film. Neil Blomkamp is the man who brought us District 9, which was very good, and Elysium, which was not so good, and he returns to the big screen with Chappie. Chappie tells the tale of a short term in the future when robots have been integrated into the police force to help maintain South Africa's unruly criminal aspects, and they've proven to be a great success, lowering the crime rates dramatically so. The creator of the robots, Dev Patel, works for this company, and he has been working on a side project at home which is a true artificial intelligence. He asks to get this tested and gets told no, and he decides to steal a robot that's been recently damaged and install the AI anyway. But on his way from leaving the factory, he gets hijacked by a couple of gangsters with Yulani and Ninja, who barely let him leave with his life, but only once he's activated the robot and uploaded the artificial intelligence. Now, obviously, the gangsters want to use Chappie for heists, robberies and things like that, whereas Dev Patel's character wants to encourage Chappie's creative side, let him be an artist, let him make his own decisions, but don't push him towards the violent lifestyle. Also in the picture is Hugh Jackman, who pretty much plays the Dick of the Year. He should get a Dick of the Year award if there is such a thing, who pretty much just is jealous of Dev Patel's character. He's created another thing that he wanted integrated into the police force, but it's a kind of Ed 209 rip-off from Robocop, something that's just not practical or viable, whereas the Chappie robot is a human-esque figure. The Moose, the Ed 209 type thing, is a behemoth, ridiculous looking thing that just wouldn't work in the streets. That's the brief outline of the story of Chappie. There's more in it, but I don't want to spoil too much of it for you. Let's just have a look at the points that I thought are worth talking about. The movie looks fantastic. Blomkamp has this ability to make things look realistic. The special effects look as if we're actually there on set. They look very practical. They look great. The whole big scenery shots of South Africa, and I don't think it was filmed, I think it was filmed in Mexico. It looks really grandiose and it looks run down and perfect, and it has character to it. All the buildings that are used throughout it. It's a great looking movie, and the special effects work seamlessly and amongst this environment. As for Chappie itself, the robot, this was something I was worried about because you see the trailers and Chappie looks childlike, and he is childlike, but it grows rapidly as the movie moves along. But you really emphasise with Chappie, and almost Chappie is the most human of all the characters. He's the one that's growing and evolving, and people taking advantage of him and trying to learn and trying to make himself evolve beyond what he is. And there is some scenes which are played to push your buttons, but they do push your buttons very well, and you do emote towards Chappie and you feel for him. Now I'm going to kill this name, but I think it's Die Antwoord. It's a band, a rap rave band, and Yulani and Ninja are two of the main members of it, and they've not got much acting expertise, and that kind of adds something to the movie. Now there is some scenes where their acting can be a bit wooden and not really come across as good as it can be, but there's other scenes where it works to fantastic effect. These are real people and they're pretty much playing themselves, and that gives them a little bit more comfort, and it gives the movie a little bit more realism as well. Like I said, Hugh Jackman is pretty much just playing a despicable character. He's unlikable, from his mullet hairdos to his cargo shorts that he continually wears through the movie. His motivations are just based on pure jealousy, and he is the bad guy that you just love to hate. He probably took the role because he's fed up playing nice guys, or there's nothing nice, nothing redeeming about him whatsoever. You want to see him fail. You hope he's going to fail, and he's just despicable. Small mention to the other bad guy that's in the movie, the one that deals with Ninja and Yolandi. This guy is a beast. He talks with such a thick South African accent that it's actually subtitled, but the guy just looks menacing and just adds to the movie. One thing that did bother me about the movie was right at the start, there's this scene where there's a couple of talking heads just going about, we didn't realise that Chappie was going to change the world. I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime. And it goes back 18 months and tells the story. There's no conclusion at the end. You can guess what kind of happens, but you would like to go back and sort of bookend it and just explain a little bit more about what Chappie did in the end. Close it off. The themes of the movie, they're told directly to you as well through one of the characters, and it's almost matter of fact and pointing at the camera and telling you this is the theme of the movie, this is one of the themes, and it can be a little bit on the nose. Now the action is fantastically shot and looks very realistic, especially when you've got all these robots going about, and this isn't a big budget movie, but it does look like it. The action is really energetic, it's quick paced, and you know exactly what's going on. A lot of these movies, you can never tell where people are or what's actually happening, but this is very clear, very direct and very exciting. The end of the movie leaves more questions than answers, and something that happens at the end could have been explored elsewhere, and it's very interesting, but I found the ending of the movie just a little bit unsatisfying. Now, not to say that the end of the movie ruins the journey that you've just had, it doesn't, because the rest of the movie is very good. And would I watch this again? Absolutely. I'm just not 100% sure about that ending, but I'm worth to give it another chance to see. Overall, Chappie is a fun, exciting, somewhat emotional tale about an adolescent growing up and learning his way. Still, it has some plot holes, and you know, they're not the end of the world if you don't dwell on them, and the ending's a little bit downer. It's not great, but you know, it's acceptable. But it's a movie that stayed with me. I saw this movie about 5 nights ago, and I keep thinking about it. You know, I'd like to see it again. It's one of those movies that just, you know, it doesn't instantly leave at the moment you leave the cinema, which is a good thing. On my letterbox, I gave Chappie 3.5 as soon as I seen it, and it's starting to creep up a little bit. Just thinking about it, it's something I'm going to pick up on Blu-ray and check out again, and I think you should as well. It's not doing great at the box office, so definitely check it out as quickly as you can before it disappears.